Hey guys, I'm Brian. Thanks for tuning into the video. This week in aviation, I'm going to cover 4 stories that are legitimate, and I'm going to cover 2 stories that are crap, and it's up to you to decide which ones are which. All right, we got to start off on a bit of a sad note. This week, the world lost Mad Mike, a flat earther and rocket man who did what every boy dreams of doing, strapped himself to a rocket that he built in his mom's basement and launched himself into the sky. Unfortunately, the shoot failed and it cost him his life, and I don't really know how things transpired, but there's one thing I know for sure. Mad Mike's looking down on us from up there and hoping that we don't step too close to the edge. Rest in peace, Mike. The world's mourning your loss from all corners of the globe. This week, Avadyn launched a totally unique and original ad comparing their new flight director to a childhood toy that we all had as a friend that allowed us to navigate from room to room when we were playing hide and seek. Just looking at it takes me back. Not to my childhood, to March of 2018 when I made this video.
Oh boy.
I'm not bitter, you're bitter. Next, this week a man named Christopher L. Fries set the world record for the longest wheelie in an airplane by riding his Cessna 172 14,000 feet down the runway just on the mains. Oh my God, who comes up with crazy ideas like this? That's wild. I think there's a problem with the video. Sometimes the YouTube algorithm sometimes gets videos crossed, and I think that we're having a difficulty. I wonder how long I could actually ride a wheelie. I use the word wheelies a whole lot. Wheelie, wheelies, wheelie, 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 wheelie. There's wheelie. Moving on. Ow! God! What the hell? This week, a man in Napa, California was arrested for shining a laser at an airplane. It was a California Highway Patrol aircraft that was patrolling the area, and the pilot temporarily lost control of the aircraft. It was very scary. Once the pilot landed, he said, "It's not a big deal shining lasers at aircraft, but I happen to have a cat on board the plane at that time, and when you mix cats and lasers, everything's going wheels off." This week it was announced that the biggest issue facing the pilot community currently is the aging pilot population. This is why we're seeing an increase in use of things like A&R headsets and glass panels. With AirVenture on the horizon, the EAA announced its newest initiative to accommodate these aging pilots, bigger dots. The runway this year at Oshkosh is going to feature much bigger and more brightly colored dots. They're going to have specific dots for pilots of advanced age, disabled pilots, and they're also going to have dots that are specific to pilots who are colorblind. Thanks, EAA, for keeping the pilot community young at heart. This week we saw the 3rd annual low pass competition sponsored by Egomax energy drinks, and predictably, it ended in a crap ton of crashes. This 3rd iteration of this event, dubbed the Egos vs. Brains event, surprised nobody who's ever actually met a pilot before. I spoke to a man named Bob Myers from Orlando, Florida, and he was quoted as saying, "I know a lot of pilots and they're always trying to prove they are better than other pilots. This event absolutely proved it. Each pilot passed lower than the guy before him, so as soon as the first one geared up just to prove a point, we knew it was just going to be a series of planes smashing into the ground for the rest of the day." We also caught up with a man named Chad O'Doyle who was watching the competition, and he was one of the last people to go. He was quoted as saying, "In order to beat that guy, I'm going to actually have to die twice, and I guarantee you I can do it. I'm a better pilot than him." The last thing we saw, Chad was speeding down the runway, building up a tremendous amount of speed. He rotated, got a few feet off the runway, and dove it right into the numbers. He managed to get out one radio call right before he died, exclaiming, "O'Doyle rules." In the final analysis, it was hard to tell who won that day. To every aviator that perished flying into the ground, they were the winner. To those of us on the sidelines, it was Chad. All right, that's all I've got for this week in aviation, but I got a lot more content to come. I'm editing some videos right now that I made over the weekend with some of your favorite aviation YouTubers, including Martin Pauly, Josh Flowers from Aviation 101, Carl Hancock, Wolfie Korn, and a whole lot more. So in addition to that, I'm currently editing a video documenting my next stop on the North American FSDO Tour, which is currently underway, and then the highlight of my week, grabbing Daniel Milliken's ass for this week's shoot of In the Hangar. So if you're watching this video and you're enjoying this video and you like any of this content, like, subscribe, bell, click that applaud button. I don't think that's going to go over very well. But anyway, do those things. And more importantly than any of that stuff down there, share the videos that you like with other weirdo pilot friends that you might have. That probably helps me and my channel more than anything else, is getting stuff shared out there. So if you don't mind, I think people would be interested, please share. And last but not least, I will be at Sun and Fun this year with the Gold SEAL team. I'll be in the booth Thursday, Friday, Saturday, And stop by, say hi, shake my hand, and I'm looking forward to meeting anybody who wants to come over and say hi. So everybody, you guys fly safe and fly smart.